These are some of Liyue's finest brocades, woven from silk flowers. This one is for you, and this one... I hope that someday soon you will be able to give it to your sister. And I hope that she'll like it. I wish you both a happy birthday.
There, Traveler! So Captain really did invite you to join the homecoming celebration.
Hey, I heard that you took care of another crisis while you were in Inazuma. Are the rumors true?
That's what I heard, too. Thanks to you, Inazuma's Vision Hunt decree was finally put to an end. Well done, Traveler.
Captain's got quite the eye for people. She said she was sure that your trip to Inazuma would stir up some waves. And sure enough...
Look at you, being so modest. We all know what you did to protect Liyue Harbor.
I've heard that they tell stories about you in Mondstadt, too. The honorary knight. Pretty impressive.
I'd say someone of your caliber would be right at home in the cracks. Right, sailors?
That's right. Wow, I'm getting excited just thinking of being the Traveler's crewmate. Hey, what do you say we arm wrestle?
I was worried you'd be too busy to show up.
Oh, Captain on deck!
Captain, we were just trying to talk the Traveler into joining the crew.
Yeah, come on, Captain Beto. Surely you've got a way to get the Traveler on board.
Oh, he's on board right now for the celebration, isn't he?
Yeah, but just one celebration together is not enough. You know what we mean, Captain.
All right, I get it now. There is something special about you, Traveler. You earned everyone's respect, myself included. So it goes without saying that the Crux would be honored to have a crew member such as yourself.
No doubt about that.
But then again, a hero like yourself doesn't just set off on a journey without some bigger purpose in mind. So should a hero really drop what they're doing just to spend day after day drifting at sea with us? Well, if that were the case, then the Crux, known for always moving forward to the next horizon, would instead be holding someone back.
Right. I guess we didn't think that part through.
Remember, rather than seeking out strong members to join us, you should be focusing on making yourselves the strongest that you can be. If we are powerful, they will come to us. Isn't that why everyone here chose to come aboard in the first place?
Yes, a strong sailor is always looking for a sturdy ship.
I guess I almost forgot the first lesson you ever taught me. Thanks for the reminder, Captain.
Just be sure you all keep that in mind. Now, there's no more need to hound the Traveler, as you were. I'm glad you came. Welcome back aboard. Thanks. I'll take that. Some rumors have it that the leader of the Crux is so powerful that she could slay the mighty Leviathan Haishan without breaking a sweat. I can't go getting too caught up in my own reputation, though. That's certainly not how the Crux made it to where we are today. As the head of the fleet, my task is to keep us on the right course, no matter how turbulent the seas may become. But then again, the crew isn't usually this riled up. It's not that they're arrogant, they're just bubbling with ambition, that's all. Their excitement today comes from their great respect for you, both your strength and your character. So please, don't take it the wrong way. All good then. Great. Actually, speaking of Inazuma, I think your good luck must have rubbed off on me on the way over. I made an interesting find on the beach shortly after we parted ways. Let's talk about it over there, where it's a little quieter.
Some of these charts are really old and have symbols that I've never seen before. But if we don't decipher them, we will certainly miss many secrets of the sea. Fortunately, we have the captain with us. She managed to find some ancient books on semiotics that I can use to study the charts further. I don't think anyone other than our captain can manage to get these kinds of resources. Old charts and ancient books on semiotics are not the kinds of things that are sold in your average marketplace. Oops, I've gotten off topic. Well, that that just about covers the basics of chart reading. Is there anything else you would like to know, Traveler? Drafting charts? That's certainly a more advanced topic. To be honest, I've only attained a smattering of knowledge in that area. The charts we are using now are just revised versions of the ones left by the previous navigator, so my mapping experiences have been primarily limited to updating our charts to reflect changes in the sea. I think you can ask Captain Beto more about cartography. One time, the fleet sailed into an uncharted area by mistake. It wasn't long before we turned the fleet around and returned the way we came out for fear of potential hazards. But Captain Beto still managed to draft a simple chart of the area we sailed through for if and when we explore the area again. Incredible, isn't it? I was amazed to see that the captain could even do cartography. Because I have the talent, and she doesn't want to let it go to waste. She treats the whole crew that way. I initially had the same question myself. After all, in many fleets, the captain also works as a navigator. I couldn't understand her reasoning at the time, so I asked her. She just laughed and told me to wise up, saying that even Rex Lapis never fights alone. She wants everyone on board to master their role, so that the crux is not floating on her alone. That way, if the day ever comes when she's no longer with the fleet, we will still be able to sail onward without her. Captain Beto may seem aloof and even act careless sometimes, but the truth is that she's very considerate of everyone on board. Is there anything else you would like to know, Traveler? My pleasure. A friend of Captain Beto is a friend of mine.
Hello, Traveler. Are you here to learn about marine meteorology? In my line of work, I've got to have a pair of sharp eyes. I saw the captain showing you around the training grounds, and then you went to see Yingxing and Huixing. So I figured that she probably wants you to get to know the life of a crew member. Okay, let's get started. First, I'll introduce you to the basics of meteorology. Marine meteorology basically means keeping tabs on the weather as well as other ocean phenomena, so things like sea fog, storm surges, waterspouts, and so on. These are all potential threats to safe navigation. Luckily, whatever weather might be coming up, there's always some kind of sign that gives it away in advance. Take waterspouts, for example. They're caused by high-speed rotating winds on the surface of the ocean. They can engulf large ships and do immense damage. But if you know that waterspouts can only form in an environment with high temperature, high humidity, and large clouds, then you can be well prepared. You will be even more alert if you also know that the presence of winds blowing in opposite directions, with a significant difference in speed, is a direct precursor to the formation of waterspouts. And most importantly, if you spot a small white vortex emerging from the clouds, you should immediately notify the crew to steer clear of what's ahead. So there you go. Those are the warning signs of waterspouts. I am proud to say that over the years, I haven't let a single one sneak up on my watch. Well, I'm good at reading the sea, but I'm not as good as the captain when it comes to reading people. Do you know the small fishing village next to Wangshuin? I heard that when Captain was a kid, she worked there fishing with the adults. Later, she made her way to the harbor where she struggled to make a living. Managing to survive in an environment like that as a kid is solid proof of the captain's capabilities. If it wasn't for her, I never would have dreamed of taking this job. She gave me confidence and told me I could do it. You may not have heard, but I'm best known outside the Crux fleet for a slightly infamous story involving me, third-round knockout, and a few too many. Who would ever have thought that the rookie sailor who fell drunk into the sea and became a laughingstock among their now former crewmates would then go on to become a lookout for the Crux? But it's the unbelievable truth. It proves that having skills alone is not enough. You need someone like the captain who is a good judge of character. Find me anytime if you want to know more.
So you've already finished talking to the crew, huh? I thought it would take you a while longer. So, what did you think? Well, you sound confident, but don't underestimate the shield of the Crux. Gotta admit, though, I like your attitude, kid. Okay, let's get started. First of all, life on the sea isn't always plain sailing. Injuries and illnesses happen all the time. But what is the single biggest danger facing crew members? Is that your final answer? All right, on to the second question. As you've just learned, the fleet plots its route using nautical charts. The charts used by the Crux have additional charts attached. The supplementary chart has lots of lines in various colors for added reference. What is the purpose of these lines? Okay, interesting. Now, last question. On longer voyages, we have to be especially careful to avoid certain weather hazards that pose a threat to the integrity of the ship and the lives of the crew. For example, waterspouts. So my question is, how can we reliably predict waterspouts so we can avoid them? Okay, those are all my questions. Do you want to know how you did? I gotta say, each time I think I've wrapped my head around how great you are, you surprise me with something new. You got them all correct. They weren't the most difficult questions, but they weren't ones you could bluff your way through either. You've clearly been paying attention to my crew. Okay then, now it's time to apply that endless talent of yours to learning some new recreational activities. Don't worry, all our recreational activities are respectable and, above board. You need to realize that being out at sea might be fun for the first few days while everything's new, but before too long, looking at the same old sea every day and being so isolated from everything can really cause people to struggle mentally. That is why regular recreational activities are an absolute necessity. We offer a lot of fun courses for our newcomer training, including fishing, photography, chess. Oh, and thanks to Kazuha, these days we also offer poetry and music appreciation, as well as communal wind listening. Each newcomer has to participate in at least one, so that they've got some way of keeping themselves occupied at sea further down the line. Of course, if you'd prefer wrestling sea monsters with your bare hands, that can be arranged. Well, for today at least, let's stick to the training schedule drawn up by Juza. If I remember correctly, it should be photography today. Come on, I'll show you.
Listen up, everyone can go back and call it a day. The photography session has been postponed.
What's going on here, Juza?
Oh, Captain, there you are. Well, Captain, the photography teacher just sent word saying that she's fallen ill and doesn't want to risk coming in case she keels over in class.
I see. That's quite unfortunate. Oh? Quite the multi-talented one, aren't you? In that case, why don't you help us out and lead the class today?
Notice, so there's no time to schedule anything else instead. It would be great if the Traveler could step in as the teacher for the day.
It's up to you, Traveler. Great! It's settled then. Juza, let's muster everyone over here to meet the new teacher.
Yes, Captain.
Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. That should be everyone. Take it away, Traveler. Oh yeah? What's that? Fair enough. It seems like you already have someone in mind. So, who will it be? Me? Well, we could do that. Or, Guyonstone Forest looks extraordinary today. It'd be a pity to not capture the scenery for posterity. So how about we snap Guyonstone Forest for today's class? Then there'd be no need for a model.
Come on, Captain. We talked about this. The photography class is supposed to be portrait photography. Have you forgotten? Scenery looks nice at first, but it gets boring after a while. I bet it'd keep the crew more entertained if we got them learning portrait photography so they could record moments in each other's daily lives. Those were your exact words, Captain.
Were they now? Strange. I don't seem to remember anything about that. Well, then in that case, how about Huixing? I bet she's perfect for the camera. Or Fuzhong. Or Mora Grubber. Even little Yue.
Seriously, Captain? Little Yue? You're just trying to wriggle your way out of this. This isn't like you. You are the captain, after all. Of all of us, you're the best suited to being a model.
I agree. You were the one who invited the Traveler to be the teacher, so you should cooperate, Captain. Besides, Captain, you've never had your photo taken. It's high time you got one. You know, a heroic and striking kind of picture. We can even use it to promote the fleet during recruitment.
Real funny, guys. Well, if you say so. I'm not one to spoil the fun. So, what do I do now, Traveler? Like this? You're kidding, right? I've never had my photo taken before, but something this simple shouldn't be a challenge for me. It must be the lighting or something. You've got it wrong. I never said that. You mean go somewhere else, then bring the final photo back as teaching material?
Sounds good to me. That's a good idea, isn't it, guys?
The lighting may still be a problem, but I'm open to persuasion. If you have a suitable place in mind, I can consider it. Just to be clear, I won't necessarily agree. It depends on the place you have in mind. The fishing village near Wangshu Inn? That place is deserted now, isn't it? How do you even know that place anyway? It's tiny. I don't think I've ever seen it on a single map. Treasure? There? I guess I missed out on that one. It just so happens that that little village is where I grew up. Now that you've mentioned it, it's given me the urge to go back and take a look around. How about we take this opportunity to pay my old home a visit? It's certainly seen better days. It was never that impressive, but at least back in the day, it was a lively village and home to several families. I wonder how long these last few old houses will remain standing. Nothing as dramatic as you might think. A few small incidents occurred, and then people began to leave. Come on, let's take a walk around. People used to call this place Downriver because the villagers apparently moved here from a place called Upriver. With them, they brought their knowledge of fishing, which had been passed down from generation to generation. I learned a lot from them when I was here. Now Upriver is long gone, and Downriver is all but deserted. It won't be long before no one even remembers what these places are called. To Zhong. Zhong. I barely remember this name. You're right. I was only about 5 or 6 years old when I first arrived here. I was homeless and had to wander around the streets. I remember finally managing to find half a rice bun, but then a stray dog jumped out and snatched it away from me. Half a rice bun was not something I was willing to give up so easily at the time, so I chased it all the way to this neighborhood. Then a few fishermen saw us running and stopped me. They were kind enough to give me some food. Seeing me stop, the dog also stopped running, but straight away it keeled over and never got up again. Maybe it was too tired, or maybe it had starved to death. I went over and saw that the dog still had the half rice bun in its mouth. It didn't let go even at the very end. Poor thing. Had I known the dog was so weak, I would have let it take that half rice bun. I could tell they were wary of me at first. I was the dirty little kid who had just chased a dog to death over some scraps of food. But I got lucky. The village chief took pity on me and brought me to their home. That's how I ended up staying here. Do you know what the name Beidou means? Come on, I'll explain along the way. About a year or two after I arrived, the village chief fell ill during the winter and passed away. During that same period, the harvest was getting worse, and the fishermen's catch was getting smaller day by day. There were even rumors that some families had been overfishing and leaving nothing for the rest of the village to catch. But in the end, they all turned on me, saying that they shouldn't have ever taken me in. They said I was bad luck. They pointed to how that dog died on the first day I arrived. Next thing you know, the village chief dies, and then all the fish die out. They said I was a living curse, and the downfall of the village was all my fault. I told them that I didn't understand. I'm not a curse, I'm just Beto. Then some of the villagers started shouting, and drove me out of the village. They shouted, "Nando controls life. Beto controls death. Beto controls death." Before then, all I knew about my name was that it had something to do with the stars. It wasn't until then that I realized that Beto was a constellation. And the Alcor, one of its stars, was an omen of death. Here we are. This is the old house of the village chief. I bet he never expected that the little girl he took in would grow up to be seen as a curse that brought about the village's total destruction. What do you mean? Is that all? And let me guess, you got to Inazuma and the Electro Archon's Gnosis was taken as well? Well, you seem to wreak havoc on a grander scale than I ever could. Oh, I get it. You're trying to convince me that I'm not cursed. I appreciate it, and I'll take it. Let's not forget that the people whose names stick around are the ones who emerge from the stormy seas unscathed, and the ones who get swept away in the wind are the fledgling birds who couldn't hack it. I, for one, have never encountered a storm I couldn't weather. But your journey's far from over, isn't it? Just remember, there's no telling what else you might encounter in this vast world. So if you ever find some idiot trying to brand you as a scapegoat just because you're the one who lived to tell the tale, tell them Captain Beto demands to have the honor along with you. Remember, you'll always have the captain of the Crux to back you up wherever you go. Two cursed scapegoats banding together for survival. Sounds like a recipe for disaster, but at the same time, I kinda dig it. I'm lucky to have a friend like you. Okay, it's time to get back to our photography. Let's not waste any time. Get it done while you can before I change my mind. So, do I need to strike a pose? What? The nerve! What do you think this is? I don't want to do this whole modeling thing. Hey, cut it out. No more pictures. I ever would have gotten my hands on it. Not much, but enough for an average person to survive on for a while. But there's more to this particular check than that. When I found the treasure map, it was tightly sealed inside a small bottle along with a letter. I'll let you read it for yourself. Finished? Yeah. I can't fault him for what he did, but the way things turned out, all I can say is life is unpredictable. Well, let's fulfill his final wish by taking this check to where it belongs. Well, this is it. Oh, boys, it's time for your first job. Give this check to the old lady who lives in that wooden hut. Tell her it's a welfare payment from the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Yes, boss.
What's up? I see, but you only find sakura blooms in certain places, right? It must have been quite a bit of work collecting all these, surely. Let's just pick one, huh? One's enough to show that you care. You've already helped me out so much today. Okay, off you go then. Take her the sakura bloom along with the check. And if she asks, your child in a faraway land sends his best wishes.
with these three, right?
Ugh, them again. And they even dared to sneak out during working hours. Don't they have any sense of duty as tavern cats?
Come on, not every kitty can be as reliable and caring as you, Diona.
I am not a cat! Whatever. So all we have to do is bring them back to the tavern, right? That shouldn't be a problem. Let's scurry out of here. They love wandering around the center of town, so let's check there first.
I'll leave you to it. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye on things here at the tavern. Once you've found the little rascals, please bring them right back.
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye. Haven't you heard? There's a string.
Their tracks end here. Looks like they ran off somewhere else. Don't worry. Those cats are very stubborn. But it's because they're stubborn that they're also easy to understand. I have another idea. Let's pay a visit to Marjorie With Wind Comes Glory. Roger broke his cat toy recently and I ordered him a new one there. Maybe he snuck out because he didn't have anything to play with. I only know these things because I want them to do their job and not mess around. Come on, let's head over to Marjorie's store.
Oh, hello, Diona. You must be here for the cat toy you ordered? I just finished preparing it and made it extra durable according to your request. Your kitty should be able to play with this one for quite some time.
Much appreciated. Margaret will come and settle the fees later.
No problem. So, that cat named Roger, is he usually at the Cat's Tail?
That's right. He's almost always in the tavern.
Wonderful. I'll definitely make some time to head to the tavern and play with him.
Oh, I see. Well, you're welcome to visit anytime.
I gotta say, you're awfully particular when it comes to taking care of that cat. You even provided me a list of materials to use for his cat toy.
Well, that's just because Roger tends to get excited whenever he plays with the customers. He always ends up ruining his toy. This time we needed to make it more durable so that it would last longer. He usually just lounges on the cabinets when no one's around. You really think so? Well, I'm not interested in figuring out what those cats are thinking. They're just stubborn. That's how all cats are. Let's head over to Sarah at Good Hunter. She always makes Nelson's cat food. He's the one that always eats the most. And even though he's always eating, he somehow weighs the lightest. I really have no idea what he's up to all the time.
Welcome to Good Hunter. Oh, hey, Diona. How can I help you?
Hello, Sarah. I'd like some more of that cat food I bought last time.
Oh, is my favorite kitty Nelson hungry again? Hold on one moment. I'll have the kitchen prepare it for you. All right, here's the cat food. It hardly takes any ingredients to make, so it's on the house. But please, if you can bring Nelson with you next time, everyone wants to pet him.
Sure, I'll see if he wants to come. Nelson's not usually very fond of people, but as soon as he smells some dried fish, he'll do anything you say. And once he starts eating, it's at the tavern. But the amount of food isn't too much this time, so it'll be fine if he finishes it all. All right, we have all we need for now. Let's go find Roger and Nelson. We'll deal with Paisley later. Roger always likes to sit in high places. Maybe we should go check the rooftops. Do you know how to get on top of the buildings here? If not, you can just wait down here and I'll take care of it. Really? You don't look like much of a climber, but if you say so. Let's go up and look for... Wait, see that cat there? That's Roger. Oh, he really picked a high place to sit this time. But don't get too close. If we startle him, he might run away. Okay. Remember all the things we prepared? Now is the time to make use of them. So, do you remember what would be better for attracting Roger? Hey, you've got a pretty good memory. That's right. Cat toys are Roger's favorite. Wow! He let his guard down almost immediately. Looks like he was just waiting for someone to come and play with him. Oh, that little rascal. He always looks so smug, but the moment he sees people, he suddenly becomes all loving and affectionate. No wonder the customers like him so much. The first thing they ask when they visit the tavern is if Roger's around. Yeah, that's the problem. Who cares about specialty drinks when you have these fluffy little kitties to play with, right? If you ask me, the tavern doesn't need any more new drinks to attract customers. Just get more cats and people will come. All right, let's bring along Roger and go find Nelson. Now, Nelson likes places that are warm. In fact, the last time I went looking for him, I found him in the bush next to the blacksmith. So, let's go look for him there. Yep, I knew we'd find Nelson here. And he looks like he's about to fall asleep. Could it really be more comfortable than in the tavern? Anyway, let's take out the things we've prepared. That's right, Nelson loves eating this stuff. The cat food will definitely make him happy. Don't the customers at the tavern already feed you enough? How can you still be so excited to see food all the time? Oh, and there you go, snarfing everything down as always. Why do customers like you so much? They even fight over who gets to feed you. Are you just pretending to be hungry all the time? Just to get the customers to come take care of you? What a cheeky little guy. No wonder customers completely forget about their drinks after seeing him. Of course! You should see the looks on those old drunks' faces when Nelson spills over their cocktails in the tavern. Go ahead, pick him up. He doesn't weigh much. I really have no idea how he stays so light. All right, let's go find Paisley. He used to always sneak out to go to the cathedral before. So, let's start there. Nope, he doesn't like either of the things that Roger and Nelson like. I'll tell you more when we get there. Aha! Can't see anything special. He just does whatever he's in the mood for. To sum it up, he's just a self-centered little cat. Even back at the tavern, he hardly ever interacts with any customers. Usually he prefers to just play with the other kitties. But enough about Paisley. Let's just take him and head back. I'll pick him up. He doesn't usually run away when I carry him in the tavern. Wait. You want to pick him up? I'm telling you, Paisley just ignores strangers. See? No response at all. Here, just let me do it. Listen, Paisley, just be good and stay there, okay? Oh, good kitty. That'll do. You really are pretty cute when you're being good. Hey! Why are you looking at me like that, huh? He only listens to me because I feed him all the time. That's all. For some reason, many customers actually like his personality. Once Paisley bobbles his head at them, they all start looking like they'll be willing to buy him cat food for the rest of his life. If only we got a few more cats at the Cat's Tail, then I wouldn't need to spend all my time making drinks anymore. All I'd have to do is take care of the kitties and let the customers come and pet them. Well, of course. If it weren't for the money my drinks bring in, how would we pay for their toys and food? Roger, Nelson, and Paisley. Yep, we found them all. Let's hurry and bring them back.
Oh, it looks like the kitties are back, as well as our customer.
Hey, I'm not one of the cats.
Of course. In fact, Diona is our best bartender.
Please don't misunderstand my work as a bartender here. It's actually the first step in my plan of bringing destruction to Mondstadt's alcohol industry. You've seen the drunkards stumbling around the city, right? No matter how well dressed or honest of a person they actually are, once they start drinking, they become terrible people. Nothing good comes of alcohol. It makes people foolish, lazy, and ugly. That's why I plan on making the most disgusting drink there ever was. Everyone will realize how terrible alcohol really is. That way, Mondstadt will finally be rid of alcohol and freed from its snarling teeth. Of course. And that's why I became a bartender in the first place. I must understand anything and everything there is to know about alcohol. This is the first step in my plan. Angel share? Huh. Dawn Winery is the root cause behind all the drunks stumbling around Mondstadt. I wouldn't go anywhere even remotely associated with them. Anyway, I'll find a way to make my diabolical cocktail and keep everyone away from alcohol. Although I haven't discovered how yet, but I will. Anyway, didn't you come all this way to just see the cats? Now that all three of them are back in the tavern, why don't you go inside and play with them? Oh, and in return for all your help, I'll make a special drink just for you. Non-alcoholic, of course.
Did you catch any fresh fish? Hey, you're pretty good at this. And you swim really well, too. You're almost as good as the cats I look after. First, we need to scrape off the scales. Oh, and make sure you also collect the mucus on the fish. The smell of fish, along with that unique grassy smell, it's so strong. But that's okay. It's the potent aroma we need. It's too much for you, huh? I guess I can understand. You're not a professional bartender, after all. Your tolerance for special ingredients is not like mine. All right, that'll just about do it. Soaking the scales in the mucus collected from the fish will help preserve them for now. Next, we need to get some slime condensate. I know a place with tons of slimes. Let's go! Since I have with me, that would be bad. Can you defeat those slimes and bring me the slime condensate? Did you get the slime? Great job! Quick and precise. Only people who don't drink can fight like that. I think slime condensate will enhance the taste and texture of the drink. You might be a little unfamiliar, but aside from the taste of the alcohol, those old drunkards are also very keen on the texture of the drink. They've even invented a number of phrases to describe it. For example, sticky like honey, or as refreshing as the springs. They use these beautified ways of describing their drinks. But drinking is drinking. It doesn't matter how you make it sound. Alcohol is still a terrible thing. The reason why I want to use slime condensate is because I want a dense, sticky consistency. Once I put this into a drink, I'm sure it'll preserve its form and start absorbing the alcohol quickly. Those boozers wanted to try something different, huh? Well, they can try this sticky, gooey, drunken slime. So I can make the worst drink conceivable and show everyone the true nature of alcohol. In order to attract customers, taverns use all kinds of strategies and schemes to make people believe that alcohol is not only good, but a necessity. They use special ingredients, come up with fancy names, and promote limited-time drinks for holidays and events. They come up with all kinds of reasons to get people drinking. And Dawn Winery is at the heart of it all. They have no boundaries when it comes to selling alcohol. Their one and only goal is to make sure that people keep drinking, and that their own pockets are filled with money. Not only is it a crime, but it's all a scam. No good can come from alcohol. My mission is to make the worst drink ever, to wake people up and free Mondstadt from the jaws of alcoholism. This is why I'm always now I haven't been able to make a single bad drink. No matter what ingredients I use, all the drinks I mix only make those deadbeat drunks all the happier. I've already lost track of how many kinds of ingredients I've tried. I've even used ingredients way more unusual than this, and I've yet to ever succeed. I really don't know what I need to do to make the most horrendous drink in the world.
I've always stuck to my own way of making drinks, although I've watched other bartenders before and learned a bit from them as well. What are you trying to say? That my methods aren't professional enough? Believe me, I've done my research. I've studied how to handle a shaker, adjust the temperature of the glasses, and even the subtle techniques of stirring. My mixing technique? You're saying the reason I can't make terrible tasting drinks is because of my technique? It's true that I've never been professionally trained, but I hear from the old drunkards that it's very complicated, that every step must be precise, and that even the slightest mistake is unacceptable. Or else... That's right! Or else the drink will taste bad! I see. I've never thought of it this way before. First, we need to find someone to ask about the techniques of mixing a great drink. Then, we'll use the same ingredients and purposefully mess up every step of the process. Oh, this might finally work. Wait a second. How did you come up with this idea? You don't secretly drink a lot, do you? That's a good thing. It'd be best to never have even a single drop. All right, then. First, I need to find a professional bartender, one that I could consult about the ways of mixing a drink professionally. Now, where could I find someone? Does this mean I need to go to Angel's Share or Dawn Winery? Nope, never. I refuse to ever set paw in those places. Don't even ask. I have my own reasons. Let's head back first. We've collected plenty of ingredients. As for the mixing techniques, I'll figure out another way.
Diona? And this is? Oh, it's the honorary knight. Oh, what a coincidence running into you two here. Are you out collecting ingredients? So what are you planning to whip up this time? It's always a surprise to see what you make. I myself know a thing or two about mixing drinks, but Elzer tells me that my drinks can't even compare to Diona's. I've been looking for some inspiration, but I've been stuck in a rut. I'm not sure whether it's the traditional techniques I use, or if I'm just too conservative with my ingredients.
You mean I should ask him for some professional pointers? All right. Perhaps he'll do. Yeah, aren't you trying to find new mixing inspiration? I'm also trying some new recipes out. Maybe we can exchange some ideas.
Oh, why, I'd be honored. No problem at all.
However, for the ingredients, we must use the ones I've just collected. I have lizard tails, butterfly dust, fish scales, and slime condensate.
We need to use these materials, huh? Well, I guess it's time for me to expand my repertoire as well. Let's go back to the winery. I have some basic mixing tools there.
You mean we have to go to Dawn Winery? Couldn't we also go to Angel's Share? They should have a full range of mixing tools.
Well, you are the bartender at the Cat's Tail, right? Given that the Cat's Tail and Angel's Share are competitors, it would be rather inappropriate if you were to mix drinks there. That would probably cause quite a bit of trouble for Margaret as well. Besides, there are many loyal patrons at Angel's Share. With your reputation, it'd cause quite a commotion if you were to be seen mixing drinks there. In any case, I wouldn't recommend going to Angel's Share. Besides, the winery's close by. There's no need for us to go so far.
Speaking of the winery, won't that guy Elzer be there?
Elzer? Sure, he'll be there. But he's been busy lately taking care of guild matters. Why do you ask?
Just as long as he's not around. Our little exchange here is between just the two of us. It'd be best if others don't get involved. Except for the traveler here. We've been out collecting ingredients together. He's kind of like my assistant. He'll be allowed to participate.
Fine by me. Shall we get going? The winery isn't far. We'll be there in no time. Oh, you're here. Look, I've already prepared all the tools we need. Sure, they're a little basic, but they should do just fine. I've also prepared a top-shelf bottle of dandelion wine to use as a drink base. Oh, I've also heard that you don't like to see people drink too much. Am I right? So today, we'll strictly just exchange techniques. There will be no talk of drinking, and even if we try the drinks, we'll just only have a little taste. How's that sound?
Fine, I suppose. These tools will suffice.
Well, we've always been hoping to invite Diona to our winery to instruct us on her techniques of mixing drinks. Though the preparations have been made, we've just never had the chance. So how could I not be fully prepared now that she's willing to come today? Oh, and to keep things fair, we'll need an impartial judge.
Well, we have the honorary knight.
Yes, but he doesn't look so honest and forthcoming. You are, after all, the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius. What impressive discipline. Then who could we find to be the judge?
Connor! There you are! I've been looking for you. What are you doing here?
Elzer, your timing couldn't be any more perfect. I'm about to have a little mixing competition with Diona here.
What? Really? That's great. Would it be all right if I stayed to observe?
Actually, we're looking for a judge. Would you be free to help us out?
Why, I'd be delighted. It'd be an honor to have an opportunity to have a taste of Diona's craft.
What's that old booze sponge Elzer doing here? He doesn't think that I'm here to collaborate with them, does he? Don't you know? Elzer used to always show up at the Cat's Tail. Every time he came, he would always be sweet-talking me, trying to get me to work with Dawn Winery to come up with some sort of new drink. He needs to know that that'll never happen. Not until I figure out how to make the most terrible drink in the world.
So then, shall we begin, Diona?
Sure, but like I said before, this is an exchange of techniques as bartenders. Anyone not involved should stay away.
What is that supposed to mean?
Elzer, why don't you just take a break over there? We'll bring over the drinks once they're finished.
Wait, but I was...
Elzer, just...
process? I'll be over there. Just let me know if you need me.
All right, since I invited you here, I'll begin. Lizardtail's bitter nature will ruin the alcohol's texture and taste. We should soak it in distilled spirits first to remove the bitterness, then add it to the dandelion wine later as flavoring. Slime condensate in small amounts could improve the texture, but not too much, otherwise the alcohol might start to coagulate. The smell of these fish scales is way too strong. There's no way it could go in a drink. And is butterfly dust even edible? Oh well. Let's start mixing and see what we end up with. And voila, it's done. Elzer, if you could please do the honors.
The color and presentation, it looks very interesting. Let me have a try. Upon an initial taste, the impact of the distilled spirits mixed with the refreshing dandelion wine along with a hint of bitterness all work to accentuate the distinct flavor of the drink. And this slightly thicker texture. It really is a memorable drink. Yes, not bad, Connor. Looks like you finally found the right inspiration to guide your mixing techniques.
It's all thanks to Diona. If she hadn't asked for this little exchange of skills and provided all the ingredients, then I'd probably still be confined to my old techniques and usual ingredients. However, I wasn't able to find a way to use the butterfly dust and fish scales. Seems that my creativity is still quite limited.
No worries. Not everyone possesses Diona's genius intuition and techniques. No need to be so hard on yourself.
So we actually made something good out of these ingredients. Do you remember all the techniques he used? Next, all we have to do is follow the same steps, but mess them all up. All right, first you can try making a drink using the same techniques. Because observation and experimentation come first when a professional bartender is faced with a new mixing technique. As my assistant, you must try your best to make a horrible, terrible tasting drink. Meanwhile, I'll watch closely and see if there's any room for improvement.
So Diona's going to be making the next drink for us, right?
I just can't wait to see what she'll be making.
Sure, but before I do, let's allow my assistant to have a try. He's also very interested in mixing drinks.
I'm sorry, but this drink is way too, creative for me. I'm afraid I couldn't stomach it.
Yes, this drink is, very creative. Connor, I think you should taste it.
Looks like it worked! All we have to do is mess up every step of a professional mixing method, and we end up with an absolutely terrible drink! Yes, this is a splendid drink you've made. However, I'm afraid we can't serve it to customers like this. Here, hand me the drink. Let's keep the alcohol and dump all the other ingredients. I'll use that as a base to mix a new drink. First, I'll chop the lizard tail into slices. Then, soak it in the drink. Next, add the slime condensate and stir. Then, leave it to settle for a bit. Finally, we sprinkle the butterfly dust and... Oh, wait! I almost forgot the fish scales. Let's add it to the drink along with the mucus from the jar. And then we stir. Come on, be dreadful, be awful, be absolutely disgusting!
Elzer, Diona is mixing a drink, right?
I've never seen such a technique before, but it is Diona after all. She must have her own way, I suppose.
And we're done. This specialty drink will be the first blow in tearing down the lies of the alcohol industry. Please, have a taste. Come and realize your empty
This taste? Why, I've never had anything like it.
Let me try. What a splendid drink! Though the bitterness of an entire lizard tail is quite potent, it is perfectly complemented by the refreshing and sour flavor of the dandelion wine. In addition, the fish scales that were broken up during the stirring process have lost all their fishiness after soaking in the alcohol. The remaining flavor somehow enriches the taste of the drink. The texture of all the slime condensate after fully absorbing all the alcohol has become rich and dynamic. And lastly, The pinch of butterfly dust adds a finishing touch that makes this drink perfect. It is sensational both visually and in taste. A true display of craftsmanship.
What?
The drink I made earlier isn't even worth mentioning compared to this one. And I thought my drink was inspiring.
Stop joking around! You two must have drunk so much that your nose and tongue have lost their senses! Impossible! After all I've done? How is it that my drink still tastes great? I must not have messed up enough somewhere. Please, use this drink as your base and try making your drink again. Whatever you do, just make it disgusting! Yuck! What is the smell? The pungent fish. No, you didn't really follow the process we discussed. It seems that you've actually got quite a knack for this. All right, let's show this to Elzer and Connor.
Ooh, is this another one of Diona's new drinks? Ugh, what is this? Even if you purposely tried to botch it, it'd still be hard to make something as hideous as this.
Huh? What's wrong? This is Diona's specialty drink, right? Let me try. Oh, you are Diona's assistant after all. Your craft must be ahead of the curve. So far ahead of the curve that I don't feel so good. Sorry, I'm just gonna go over there. Oh.
In my personal and honest opinion, this drink is absolutely terrible. Aren't you supposed to be Diona's assistant? The drinks that she makes are out of this world. You use the same ingredients and followed nearly the same mixing process, but how is it that the drinks she makes are never bad?
It's true. No matter what new and unusual ingredients she uses, Diona has never disappointed a single customer.
If you don't believe me, you can ask anyone who's ever gone for a drink in Mondstadt. There's not a single soul that doesn't reminisce about your specialty drinks. All it takes is a single sip, and you'd wish that you could drink it for the rest of your life.
Drink? For the rest of your life?
Yeah, and the most impressive part of it all is the never-ending list of new ingredients that you are using. No matter what kind of ingredients it may be, if you make it, it'll be delicious.
Delicious!
After all, you are the genius bartender of Mondstadt, an originator of unique drinks, and the pinnacle of... Huh? Diona, are you all right?
No, Connor, you overdid it.
Did I really? Sorry, I couldn't control myself.
No, stop. Stop joking around. I can make a drink that tastes like that. Here, watch this. Give me that drink you just made. I'll show you. I'm gonna add all the remaining ingredients. Lizard tails, fish scales, mucus, and the slime condensate. And stir. Come on. Be dreadful. Be awful. Be absolutely disgusting. It can't be that hard. Done. My all-new specialty. And this time...
Oh my, what a fragrance.
And the color.
What is this delightful smell? It's like a whole new sensation for me.
It's another perfect drink.